Welcome to Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. I'm Peter Gross, co-host of the original Wild Kingdom with Marlon Perkins and Jim Fowler. For more than 50 years, Wild Kingdom explored wildlife and our natural world. Tonight's episode, and many others, focus on the timeless value of wildlife conservation. Wild Kingdom played a critical role in changing public attitudes about the importance of animals for the health of our planet and our own quality of life. We challenge viewers to learn about animals and get involved in conservation in their local communities. That call to action resulted in more visits to local zoos, nature preserves, and even observing animals in their natural habitats. And that connection with animals benefits all of us in the Wild Kingdom. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom is presented by Mutual of Omaha.
Welcome to Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom. Often wild animals will behave in a manner peculiar to us. Sometimes the reason for it is not clear, but other times careful investigation can unlock one of nature's secrets. This box holds the key to just such a mystery, which occurred here in the Rockies near the Canadian border at a place we call Rock Ridge. Only a short distance below the timberline, there occurred a peculiar gathering of animals which do not ordinarily associate with one another. Moose, elk, bobcat, mountain goat, bears, and many others. It took close observation to discover exactly what the attraction was on this particular ridge. At last the answer became clear, and the secret is in this box. It was some time before the pieces of this puzzle were successfully put together. That's why our story today is called The Secret of Rock Ridge.
Rock Ridge has the same austere beauty of other ridges in craggy mountain country. Scattered trees thrust above jumbled rocks on the slopes, and there is little to indicate that this ridge harbors a special difference. Since at this altitude there is little prey for predators and good graze is lacking for many hooved mammals, most animals choose to live at lower levels. The Rocky Mountain goat is an exception. Even when very young, it gets along quite well in the rarefied atmosphere. While this youngster is not yet exceptionally sure-footed, he moves along quite well for his age, and soon he'll acquire the amazing agility of his parents. Equally, he will develop their remarkably keen vision and watch the activities of other animals in the valleys far below. Yet on Rock Ridge, it takes no such sharp vision to see them. There is activity all around, and the goats watch it curiously. Most watchful of all is the big leader of the herd. It is rare for a bobcat to be this high, but he has been attracted by the unusual abundance of prey on Rock Ridge, like this chipmunk, who may lose his life if he remains so incautious. But the bobcat finds the chipmunk is not incautious after all, nor is he a simple matter to catch. The loss of this chipmunk is no tragedy for the bobcat. There are plenty of other small mammals here. With this activity over, the goats lose interest and look elsewhere. A small elk herd has paused some distance below, en route to the top. But the goats see that one young doe has already nearly reached the summit and has found what her herd has come seeking. But what could make this coarser, tougher, high-altitude grass more desirable than the lush grasses of the lower meadows, which are so much more accessible? The herd leader now sees one of the larger predators of Rock Ridge. The puma crouches in blossoming lupin to observe unseen a large black bear foraging just a short distance below. The bear is unaware of her and no particular threat. And suddenly the puma does a strange thing. Though she is primarily carnivorous, the secret of Rock Ridge seems to have turned her into a vegetarian. Just as oddly, the bear abandons his quest for grubs or mice in favor of a green salad. Under normal conditions, the puma would not consider attacking such a formidable adversary. But odd things occur here. But there is a strangeness about her actions and about this area. What is it about Rock Ridge that would cause a puma to attack a large bear, that would make her eat flowers, that would make a bear browse like a deer, and that would attract numerous animals not common to such an area, like the mountain goats, who themselves normally stay at higher altitudes? The goats know the reason, and they too now turn their attention to the ground, in which lies the answer to the secret of Rock Ridge. They and the other hooved mammals in particular are drawn to Rock Ridge almost irresistibly to eat this strange grass, and sometimes just to lick the ground or the bare rocks here at the summit.
There's the answer to our mystery: salt and minerals. Just below the timberline on Rock Ridge, there was a natural salt lick. From miles around in all directions, salt-loving animals came here regularly to appease their craving for it. The predators, of course, followed them.
Hunting on this ridge was easy for the puma because her prey was attracted by salt. But play was important in her life too, as it is with most cats. It can be fun starting a big rock rolling down the snowy slope. The badger, also attracted to Rock Ridge in quest of prey, hears the coming rock and very nearly becomes a victim of the puma's little game, for which the big cat exhibits no concern. He moves off, lest more rocks come, but the puma is through playing. For the badger, it's easier anyway to seek and dig out chipmunks and marmots and other prey on more level ground atop Rock Ridge. But the badger is a mammal who does not like company, not even another badger in his territory. The fantastic digging ability of the badger can sometimes be turned into a weapon or an insult. Retaliation is in order. A race calls for more conventional methods of fighting. The badger's body skin is so loose that an opponent's teeth find only skin and fur and do no serious damage. The newcomer has had enough of this roughhousing. He decides to hunt elsewhere on Rock Ridge and leave this irked relative alone. It's no inconvenience. Unlike other ridges, Rock Ridge has a plentiful supply of prey. One of the items of prey which ranks high with the badger is the marmot. But it's hard to catch this rodent by surprise. At first indication of danger, the marmot goes underground. For the badger, this is usually no problem. He's a much better digger than the marmot and can normally unearth his prey, unless balked by large underground rocks. The badger's exertions attract the same young bobcat who earlier missed catching the chipmunk. But a badger is a fearsome fighter and can hold at bay a much larger foe than this. The bobcat instinctively keeps his distance, though he's never before encountered a badger. Prudence dictates that he leave. But bobcat curiosity prevails for the moment. The unconcern of the badger bothers the bobcat, who seems to know that this animal's teeth could cripple or even kill him. With rocks barring his progress in digging out the marmot, the badger gives up. And now, overcoming his initial wariness a little, the young bobcat returns. He learns that his instinct to keep a respectful distance was right. This time, when the badger leaves, he has no unwanted company following. Rock Ridge holds many surprises, and it provides a bobcat with interesting things to see and do elsewhere. And it gives a lucky marmot a second lease on life. For perhaps the 10th time already today, the bobcat pauses to sharpen his claws, and in the process of doing so, he spies another possible quarry. A great horned owl who has as quickly spotted the danger. Too late for stealth, so a rush is in order. For a young bobcat, somehow it is always easier by far to climb up into a tree than it is to get down again. It's not really too high for the cat to jump down, but he knows that such rocky ground could be damaging to his paws should he land in the wrong manner. So he looks for a better way. Not a graceful way to get down, perhaps, but at least he's on solid ground again. The scolding of a Clark's nutcracker as he passes causes the bobcat to look around. It's fortunate he does so. Nearby is the huge puma, who also stops regularly to hone her great claws and to exercise the powerful muscles which flex beneath her tawny fur. It is the same puma who so strangely ate the blossoms and charged the bear. She spots the bobcat, and there's trouble brewing. The bobcat tries to retreat with dignity, but his much larger relative gives him little opportunity for that. It is neither the salt lick atop this ridge nor a territorial claim that has inspired the big puma's strange behavior. But there's a good reason for it, and that reason is very close to the crest of Rock Ridge.
Although the presence of a salt lick was the secret attraction for many of the animals coming to Rock Ridge, the area held a second secret too, one which explained why the big puma had so emphatically discouraged the intrusion of the bobcat.
There was good reason for the puma's peculiar actions here on Rock Ridge. This was the site she had chosen for rearing her litter of 2 sturdy little kittens. Small wonder she had charged the dangerous bear and run off the bobcat. Few wild creatures are so fierce as one of the large cats protecting her young. As with all young animals, it is a big and interesting world with many wonderful things to see and learn. There'll be plenty of time later to practice branch climbing. Now it's more fun for kittens to just play or do whatever else occurs to them. Follow the leader is great sport. So is walking the plank, with all such activities done usually under the protective gaze of their powerful mother. There are times, of course, when she must leave them by themselves as she goes off to hunt. Soon the kittens will go along with her to learn her hunting techniques, but that will come later. For now, they must remain behind and amuse themselves. This little fellow, however, evidently has a strong conviction that he is ready right now for hunting. A marmot sunning himself nearby seems not to think very highly of that idea. Obviously, this creature is far more fierce than the kitten had anticipated, and perhaps there will be something to hunt farther on which will show more fear and respect. This suits the marmot fine. With the abundance of wildlife the salt lick brings to Rock Ridge, the kitten soon spots another potential quarry on which to try his budding talents. Though only a young mountain goat, the kitten is a bit wary of its size, although the evident fear it shows is encouraging. Now, that's the kind of reaction which inspires confidence in a puma kitten. Anything that runs away is fair game for pursuit. It is all immensely enjoyable and fine practice for when the mountain goat becomes an important item of prey in a puma's diet. Important prey, true, but never simple to catch, whether young or adult. One day, with increased strength and size and hunting prowess, this kitten will pit its abilities against mature goats high on the rocky ledges. And it will take great skill and no little luck to bring down one of these elusive, nimble-footed creatures who are always so constantly on the alert for danger from any quarter. As even the mother puma now hunting them is about to discover. It's almost impossible to take them by surprise. Speed and agility are sorely needed for catching prey such as this. And even a wily, well-experienced adult puma has no easy time of it. The slightest degree of misjudging distances can cause problems. The puma's near miss seems to have dampened her enthusiasm for goat hunting. She tries one last charge, but the goats have all the advantage now. And with easier prey equally available on Rock Ridge, the puma loses interest. The goats sense this immediately and relax. Later on, she'll hunt more seriously, though probably not again for these goats for a while. As if suddenly realizing she has been too long away from her kittens, the puma heads home in a hurry. One of the kittens, at least, is all right. The other is probably nearby, and the mother puma and her kitten set out to join him near the crest of the ridge. They have had a busy day, all of them, here in this place of wild and natural beauty. This place where many creatures come from afar to lick the salt, and many others, like the puma family, come to prey on them. This place where all the creatures share the secret of Rock Ridge.
The salt at a salt lick does not really look much like this coarse salt here. At a natural lick, it crystallizes only a little, but the ground is heavily impregnated with it, and this is what the animals come to lick. And it is part of nature's plan that predators follow them. The mother puma was wise in selecting Rock Ridge as a place to establish her den and rear her kittens. Attracted by the salt, her prey would be easier to locate, and the task of feeding a pair of ever-hungry kittens greatly simplified. Salt satisfies a basic chemical requirement in the diet of many wild creatures, particularly the hoofed mammals. It is always important for man to make every effort to preserve and protect such areas which are of benefit to wildlife. These places should forever remain a part of the wild kingdom.
Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
Like what you saw? Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for more exclusive content. And visit our website at wildkingdom.com.